Democrats. Today is Tuesday, October 5th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Tuesday. So, first things first, right? Facebook is up, but it's mighty suspicious. I was just going to say that it's mighty suspicious, but I'm hoping with Facebook being up, that there are more people who can participate today. Every day I come. Hello, Donald. I'm glad you came back. Every day I come, I want to talk to you about bills, elected officials and elections. Today, I want to start out with talking about there is an election next Tuesday, a week from today, meaning today is the last day to request your absentee ballot. If you're in one of those communities that has an election next Tuesday, today, for the next 43 minutes is your last opportunity to request your absentee ballot to participate in that. Hi, Cynthia from Enid. But it is not too late for you to go out, read your sample ballot, get yourself familiar so that when you show up on Tuesday, if you don't complete your absentee ballot, when you show up on Tuesday, that you are prepared when you get there. So that's the next opportunity to vote. So I wanted to start with that because times are ticking. All righty. So, I have so many thoughts. And so today is really like cramming in 2 days worth of thoughts. And so I'm going to try not to take up a lot of time. But the biggest one, I was talking to a dear friend a couple of days ago, and he expressed that he feels defeated being a Democrat in Oklahoma, and he feels like he wants to quit. And I could hear in the background his TV, and he was watching MSNBC. I watch a lot of MSNBC. I listen to it in my car. I'm all about me some MSNBC and some CNN. But it can be incredibly defeating and depressing if you listen to it and you take it on as if it is the only thing that's happening. And so I want to say, watch MSNBC because with exposure comes knowledge. We all need to know, or MSNBC or whatever national channel you want to watch, because we all need to know what's happening on the national stage. But when you want to focus your energy, when you're trying to figure out what it is that you should be focusing on as a Democrat in Oklahoma, pay attention to what's happening in Oklahoma. The example that I gave my friend and I want to share with you guys. Back in June, when I think it was June, maybe it was July, when the Texas legislators all got on a bus and drove to DC so they could be out of the state, so that they couldn't have a quorum because they were trying to pass restrictive voting laws. I think everybody remembers that. I got tons of calls, emails, texts, Facebook messages saying, hey, that's what we should do in Oklahoma. Well, the challenge with that, with us doing that in Oklahoma, is we don't have enough legislators where that would work. They could all get on a bus and go somewhere else if they wanted to, but the makeup of our legislature is such that they could still go ahead and have all those meetings, all those conversations, vote on all those bills without there being a Democrat in the room asking the tough question and making them explain themselves. And so we got to focus on us. And so there's the bus. And that's why our legislators, not because they didn't think of it, not because they're not clever enough to do it, but because it wouldn't work with the current makeup of our legislature. That's part one. Part two, I am sick to death of hearing about how Texas has the most restrictive voting rights laws on the record. So, and here's why. What they're trying to do in Texas is crazy and is incredibly restrictive. But let me point this out. One of the things that they were protesting on their bus trip was that the Republican-led legislature in Texas was trying to reduce the amount of time that they could vote down to only 14 hours a day. So they could only vote between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. And that was egregious, and that is shameful that they're reducing them to only voting that many hours. Guys, what they're protesting is still longer than what we have. We only vote for 12 hours a day. And it's not even what they have, it's what they were protesting. They're frustrated. They're out of their minds with the fact that, Harris County, which is a huge county and which is a diverse county, is going to be reduced down to only having one ballot box in the entire county. That sounds crazy when you hear it on the news and you look at it on the map, and it sounds like, oh my gosh, only one ballot box. Oklahoma has zero. So they still have more freedoms than we have. Their early voting time, they early vote for 2 weeks. You heard me, 2 weeks. Let me remind you of our early voting time. We get 2.5 days if it's a statewide election, and I think it's 2 days if it's a county election. Our early voting time starts the latest of anywhere in the country. Every other state and territory gets to early vote before us. You watch and you get angry about what happens in Texas, and we should get angry about what happens in Texas, because everyone should have access to the ballot box and ample access to the ballot box. But stay focused on Oklahoma. Our laws are more restrictive, and we need to work on fixing this. The abortion laws. Here's something that occurred to me yesterday that's making me a little scared, and I need everybody to pay attention. Folks from Texas are going to other states to have to take care of their reproductive rights. Other states, and one of those other states is Oklahoma. I fear, and we need to watch out. I don't even know if I want to say this out loud, but I don't think any Republicans are watching me. But I fear that they're going to up our numbers of abortion, and our legislators are going to say, oh my gosh, the number of abortions that happen in Oklahoma have gone up, and we have to put in more restrictive laws. Watch it. It's real. The ACLU got 3 victories for women's reproductive rights yesterday in court, but some of them and then others got shot down. And so they're going to keep working at it. But there is direct attempts at reducing our rights for making our own reproductive decisions and our voting rights right here in Oklahoma. That's what we need to focus on. That's what we need to focus on. Stop looking at the national map. Hear it, because you need to know what's going on in your nation. But when you're trying to think about what excites you and what you're going to get behind, find somebody to run for office who believes what you believe with regards to voting rights. Find someone to run for office who believes what you believe with regards to a woman's right to make her own health decisions. And if you can't find that somebody, be that somebody and run for office. But we need to stay focused on what is happening here in Oklahoma, because somebody does. Because our governor is on his way down to the border to fuss about the southern border, because I don't know if he's mad that Longhorns are coming across the state. I'm not real sure what he's mad about, but he's going down there to the Texas-Mexican border to throw fits. Meanwhile, we have other issues that need to be resolved here. Or maybe I'm wrong and Oklahoma is fixed. I'm just saying, stay focused on Oklahoma. And maybe if we all do it, our governor will see it as a thing that he should be doing. Doesn't matter. He's not going to. And what we need to do is we need to replace our governor. Keep that in mind. Let's see. We need to focus on the things that we can change and what we can improve. We can change the makeup of our legislature. We can elect more Democrats in the state, for the state house and the state senate. Elect more Democrats, so that if we needed to do a stunt, which I hope we don't, and pack up and leave, that it would actually make a difference. Find a state legislator candidate, find a state senate candidate that you can support. We need to get more folks in. Yeah. His trip to Azerbaijan, what the heck was that about? It was about him running for president instead of running for governor. And we already voted for president. Alrighty. So we need to elect a new governor, and this is bigger than Facebook. And what I mean by it's bigger than Facebook, I see you guys. I see you out there talking trash about our governor and pointing out and adding in clips of articles where he's done something that's just, beyond the pale. I've seen it. Yay, great. But I also need you to get out of the house and, write some postcards, do a phone bank, donate some money, directly help candidates in a way that moves the needle very specifically. Facebook educates, but we need to get out and make relationships, because people vote for who they know, like, and trust. So we need to get out and make relationships. It's not too late to decide you want to run. Just put that out there in case you're thinking about it. And some of the issues that candidates get behind: voting rights, education, healthcare, economic growth, climate. If those mean something real to you, those are all things that our current legislature is attacking. We need other people in. We need other voices. So if those things interest you and you think that you can stand your guns and represent Oklahoma, run for office. All righty. And I say that, and there are other ways to help. You don't have to run for office. You don't even necessarily even have to vote for a candidate, although I wish you would. But the complaints about the party from Facebook, from Twitter, from all of these places. I'm begging you to volunteer with your county party. Help fix the party, help shape our policies. Volunteer with the county party. If you don't want to volunteer with the county party, volunteer with one of our federations. We have an African American Federation, a Disability Federation, Veterans, Latinx, Native American, Stonewall, which is for our LGBTQIA2S plus community. I'm leaving somebody out, but we have veterans. Did I say veterans and women and youth? We have a federation that you fit in. If you want to come in that way, volunteer with the federation, but volunteer. If you see something that's happening in the Oklahoma Democratic Party that you want to change, or you think we need to expand, or you think we need to do more about, come in. Most of you have heard my story. That's why I'm here. I was at home angry about the Democratic Party and what I didn't see them doing, what I thought they should be doing, what I thought they were saying that I didn't agree with. I was sitting at home angry. I got in my car and I drove over to the Tulsa County Democratic Party and said, okay, I'm here. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all doing? And it was, so I'm not asking you to do something that I wouldn't do myself. If you see something in the party that you think you want to expand on, join us. Come to a meeting. Let us hear your voice. So I'm going to say that. We're going to give you, tomorrow I'm going to talk about different ways that you can get involved, how you can make sure that you're getting notices from us, because I keep hearing people say that they don't hear from us. We're going to talk about how you can hear from us, how you can engage with us. But I also want to put in a pitch that on October 16th, we are having an event in Southwest Oklahoma City talking about how to stay safe in this time, particularly in our state where things have gotten a little bit crazy, how to stay safe and make sure that your business is safe. That's October 16th, 9 a.m., Southwest Oklahoma City at the Pipe Fitters Union. Go out to the website, go out to our Facebook page. Even on my page, I've put a link to the event. I hope to see you there. But in the meantime, I'll see you back here tomorrow at 4:15. Thanks for joining.